to lose. I'm built to win. Applied myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss.
Pacers were going to make the playoffs. It didn't end so well for you, brother.
If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Until we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool.
You fell asleep at the trade deadline when we had a trade to get Kyle Lowry out of here.
They told me I couldn't do it. They told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie. I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me keep on running. Toes they gonna take
this is when we got to tell.
I've been doing this.
I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I pay for the cost. I'm winning to win. Yeah. Refuse to lose. I'm built to win. Apply myself. I filled it in. No time for the doubt. They counted me out. I'm getting it in. Yeah. No time for no loss. I'm paying the cost. I'm in it to win. Yeah. Refuse.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Refuse to Lose Sports. My name is Joe Jordan. I'm excited about today's show. Playoffs, the first week of playoffs is over now, Tomo. I know I never had a dog in a fight. Now you kind of sitting with me on the same couch watching the same game this weekend, all right? But we got to talk about not only NFL, but we had a booming trade happen in the NBA, the Siakam trade to the Pacers. We're going to talk about that, who won that trade. We got to talk about that. It's a lot of McCarthy just got re-signed. Right, not re-signed, but they made a decision to keep him. And Dak is going to his last year of his contract, no trade clause, right? So should they keep Dak? Or should they move on from Dak? I don't know. We're going to talk about that. And not your average top five, that's going to be, it's always a big debate about that. But like I said in the chat, if you are in the chat, I believe y'all will actually agree with this list. But we'll see. I gotta break it down for y'all. But I got my bro Tomo with me. Y'all know Davey Dollar's not here right now, but we're going to turn up for him in a second. But Tomo, how you doing?
Man, I'm confused. Siakam, we got to talk about it. I know we're going to talk about the trade, but I thought he was going to be a king. Look at the Pacers. They making moves. That contract situation, Mike McCarthy, I already knew he was gonna be back. So, man, other than that, man, I don't know who's gonna be in the Super Bowl. I'm just, as far as sports, I'm confused. That's how I feel right now, man. but
look,
good?
Yeah, I'm straight. For Dave, he's not here, but he's watching. We gotta turn it up one time. Let's get it.
Come on now.
Turn me up, 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 up.
And also, y'all, we got a special guest, right? We got a guest coming through. But before we bring our guests on, make sure y'all like this video. We are streaming this on 2 platforms, right? YouTube and Facebook. So make sure y'all like the video on both platforms. Share it on both platforms because I know you're watching, but you want to have others watch it live with you because you can use that comment section. But before the comment section, follow and subscribe to Facebook and YouTube. Comment section, use the comment section. We can see all the comments y'all will be putting out throughout the show. We're going to throw them on the screen. Shout out to Daniel being the first comment. And if you feeling good, you might like Dr. Umar, you want to throw in a few gifts, you could put in a super chat and we'll pause everything we're doing, put it on the screen, and you have the floor. You got to shine because we appreciate all the gifts and the donations. All right?
Donations. Gifts.
And last but not least, enjoy the rest of the show. Tomo, floor is yours.
So we're bringing the guests up, right?
Yeah, I can do that. So y'all know Carl, one of the fan favorites of the show. Carl actually, NFL MVP, college basketball MVP, college football MVP. Man was winning so many awards. He got his own show now, CTC, Carl Talking College. Make sure you guys check it on YouTube. But he got a good friend of his who's very knowledgeable about football. Right, I'm not mistaken. I'm going to let him tell it, but I believe he was actually in the league at some sort. I don't know. We're going to ask him when he comes on, right? But he knows the game. He knows what he's talking about. And Carl gave him an invite. He heard one of our, IG chats. Make sure y'all click the link in the bio and become a member because you want to be in part of these IG chats that we have. He heard some of the things he said. He made a comment, and then Carl said, "You should come on the show." And without no hesitation, throw me on there. So we got him here now. Let's bring up CJ. Let's get it. I got it.
One more, man. What's up, man?
Gentlemen, what's good?
Not too much, man. You know, just always a good day to talk sports. I know we about to go into our first topic, but I just want to give the people a little. I know Joe gave an introduction, but I just want to give a little bit more because I know he said you heard a voice memo and it made you be like, "Hold up, man, what they talking about over there?" Because you know Carl always in the chat stirring something up. So what voice memo made you be like, "I had to come on here and address something"?
Well, first, thank you so much, gentlemen. I appreciate the invite. I appreciate you all accepting me and having me on. I will make sure to do y'all audience and viewers proud, and hopefully the same for y'all as well. I guess a little bit about me. I did get to the NFL ranks. I had a private workout in Katy, Texas with the Cleveland Browns. I made it to day 2, and that was all she wrote pretty much. I mean, you know, I was running fast, but it was everybody just 4.3, like the lowest time. Like, oh, snap, that's crazy. So I wasn't too far off, but, you know, it's just like everybody's a 4.3. So now the voice memo that it broke my heart. Now I will let's say pre-frame with it really hurts my heart right now is because I grew up loving the Ravens. I was a Ravens fan all my life, a fanatic. But to hear pretty much that, you know, Mike Tomlin and consecutive winning seasons, that not meaning too much. I mean, it means the world. And then I was like, oh my God. I think I used the words, Carl, your friend don't know what you're talking about. I was hurt. I was so hurt because, you know, it's like, let's go. But at the same time, it's like, wait a minute, man. All you got to do is get in the dance. That's all you got to do is get in the dance. The Buccaneers will beat the Eagles. The Eagles supposed to win this game. They're supposed to be a team that's like, you know what? We done got right. We're ready for the playoffs. We're going to do this thing with or without A.J. Brown. We make no excuses. Let's get there. Got blanked. They out. And then Joe Flacco. This supposed to be, man, I was on the couch. I'm Big Daddy Joe Flacco. Here we go. I done played, 4 or 5 games for the Cleveland Browns, which their OC has done an incredible job. And then they got destroyed. So, you know, it's a lot. And for Pittsburgh to be in the game with the Bills, it's not surprising, but it just shows that just get in there. That's all you got to do. Just get there. You know, that had hurt my heart, but that's what it's like. Let's do this.
Yeah, you're right. Get in there. This as Green Bay. Go ahead, Tomo.
Joe, come on, man. He didn't say nothing. I said it hurt his heart, but he made me smile because he didn't bring up the Packers.
Okay.
Like, that's the one team that really said, let me get in the dance and we can make something shake. But I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. Also, I'm glad that you gave us the quick background because we do have a Browns fan in the chat. That Mike Tomlin conversation, we are going to revisit that at some point. We have to, especially because of the all season. But we're gonna talk about some NBA topics right quick because you know a big trade just happened. We had Pascal Siakam cross the border. You're now with the Indiana Pacers, man. You
I'm raising my hand. Is that okay?
Yeah, hold on. Let me just get this out the way right quick, and I got you. Actually, we're gonna start this one off with you because I see you eager. To talk about this. So,
okay.
You got this.
Okay.
Let me lay it down right quick for the people that don't know. Pascal Siakam is now with the Indiana Pacers. GM was making some moves. Bruce Brown, who left the Nuggets to come over to the Pacers, was like, "Hey man, I'm coming here to make a mark." He said, "No, you're not." He's gone. Then they got Kara Lewis out of there. Jordan, I can't pronounce his last name. 2024 first-round picks and a conditional 2026 first-round pick. Meanwhile, the Pacers are receiving Pascal Siakam, a future second-round pick. And they had to waive somebody just so they could bring him over. And we got to react to it. You raise your hand, CJ. What you got for us? How you feeling about that?
Oh, well, one, I appreciate that. I was most definitely going to say, though, is that when it comes to basketball, I'm a fan of basketball.
Okay.
I will say that the Siakam trade, this is all I'll say, is I think it'll be good. If it's going to be good, that's really all that matters. If it's a fit, if it's going to be good, then let's see how it works. The Pacers have been incredible. For me, I've loved seeing Dame get with Giannis. I thought that would be a matchup really, really made in heaven, coming from heaven to bless us here on earth. Yet, kind of is exposing a little bit of Dame's lowlights as well that people don't want to acknowledge. So the Pacers have really been like, oh snap! So that's pretty much all it is, and I'm a fan of y'all show now. I'm listening.
Let's get it. So, Joe, I know you wanted Pascal. Y'all was on the phone with him. He came out there, played the game. Y'all let him leave. How you feeling, man?
That man told us he ain't want to sign with it straight up. I'm thinking like, man, you don't want to sign with nobody. And then Pacers trade him. He told me something. I would re-sign with them. I'm like, come on, man. But this is what I would say. All right, I think it's a win-win. Let's start. I think it's a win-win, but I think long term this could benefit Toronto because the Pacers are a team that can potentially be a contender if they get another piece. They don't have enough. Siakam doesn't make them a contender, in my opinion. If they get another piece, they could be a contender. But there's also a chance Indiana could be in the lottery again. High chance. They gave up 3 first-round picks. 3! That could put Toronto in a good situation in the future. They already got RJ Barrett. They already got Quickly from New York. These are not going to be their best players. These are players that could be part of their core group going forward. You know, so I think right now, obviously, Pacers won because they're going to be the better team. But I think long term, I'm going to say the Raptors won this trade.
See, that's only if Siakam actually does resign, because there's plenty of time. There's plenty of times we've heard an NBA player, have a charity event and tell the city that he's not going nowhere, and he ended up with the Mavericks. If you don't know who it is, do your homework on it. But I'm just saying, players change their mind all the time. But right now, like you said, Joe, I agree with you on that, though. The Pacers did win this one because if you look at short term, they did win it. It could be long term, too, if they actually make it to the NBA Finals. It depends on what their goal is. Because if you look at their roster right now, Tyrese has been doing what this season? He's been turned up this season. Averaging assists without turnovers, like threes here and there. They blowing teams out. I think I got how many? What is the highest average scoring bet? Yeah, between you and Ty, which I got team going average.
We got them tonight too, but go ahead.
Okay, so there you go. I don't think Tyrese playing tonight, but also they still got other assets that they can get off. Like Buddy Hield is still an asset that they can get off and probably add to the team. But Tyrese with Siakam, and now Miles Turner got somebody that can like relieve him from the paint.
Defensively,
I'm just saying, and the East is a toss-up right now. So to me, short term, the Pacers did win, possibly long term. But I do agree with everything you said about the Raptors. I didn't even think about it like that. Sometimes when you trade for those first round picks, if the Pacers do end up being a lottery pick, or just use those as assets to get another player. Toronto is a nice place to play. I mean, live for what some people say. I'm just saying, if you ain't a rapper, but
except the winter time.
Outside of that, you good.
Man, I agree with everything that y'all was just saying. Like, I really do. I think that, I always hate saying that, so my apologies. So I do want to share, though, the Raptors take right there as far as long term. That is such I'm going like screen order here. That is an outstanding way to see that, because the Raptors had to have said that, and this is just my thinking as far as assembling a team, let's say. Who did they see in college and high school? Who's coming up in the ranks where they say, you know what, we can let Siakam go. Teams have to have that forward vision and really think and go scout and analyze and assess these players to say, this year we may not be, that team that gets in the playoffs and can even do anything for them. But can we be a team in 3 years that'll take over the league for 10 years? And if they see that, then that's going to be outstanding for whoever it is that they see that could propel them to that. So then as far as right now, I kind of do think the Pacers have enough, just because the league just really isn't that physical anymore. So if anyone can just score and play good, technically sound defense and throw in some craftiness where, they can draw fouls, then they really will be able, that team, whoever that team is. And I just think that the Pacers could possibly be that team, especially with Siakam. If he's averaging 20 some odd points and being Pascal Siakam with the Indiana Pacers, I mean, it's like that, like a dream. You get really good talent with good coaching, and what Rick Carlisle, then it's like man, what could happen at any step along the way? 'Cause I just wouldn't be surprised at all with the Pacers. Just if they are holding the championship trophy, I wouldn't even be surprised.
Yeah, my bad, Tomo. I do want to say this too. So, like you said, Siakam. So, like to think of Pacers perspective, like you said in the East, like not in the East, in the NBA, it's not really that physical. Indiana is already a high scoring team in the NBA right now, #1 offensive rating, which their problem is defense. So, Pascal is going to help that, being as a Miles Turner, like you said, Tomo. And far as the offense, I don't think Pascal will slow that down. He's a good offensive player too. And then on top of that, right, Pacers' goal right now is kind of like what I've been saying the Kings' goal was, right? Let's get in the playoffs. Because remember, the in-season tournament was the first time the Pacers had a televised game since Tyler Bird been there. So they haven't really played on national television. So nobody really knew about Tyrese for real like that until the in-season tournament. So they get to the playoffs and they make fireworks, show promising future. That could be a free agency destination. A lot of people might look at the Pacers like, you know what? If I was there, we could have beat them. But then also going back to the Toronto Raptors, 3 first-round picks, Bruce Brown contract. He's on a team option next year, I think. Is he on a team option? Yep. After this year, he's on a team option. They can just let him go. That's money off the book. That's $23 million off the books right there. And then the other guy, Jordan, what's the other guy name? Jordan. He off the books this year. After this year, he gone too. So they're going to have more cap space with 3 first-round picks. Tyrese Halliburton already got not coaching. He already got injury issues. Every year he get hurt. So he hurt right now. And with how good the Pacers are playing, Tomo, they're the 7th seed. So there's a chance that Toronto could get a good lottery pick, but there's also a chance that the Pacers could climb up these rankings.
Hey, just look at it like this, man. As a Wizards fan who GM and vice president trying to sell the same dream to us, I understand it. It just so happened that we only got 7 wins so far. Like, we couldn't beat. We know his name. We just can't pronounce it, Chad. That's why we ain't saying it. If you can say it, call me and let me know. That's why I'm not trying to mess up the man's last name, y'all. That's the only reason I did it like that.
I'm assuming the N or the W is silent.
Is it Noah? Jordan Noah. There y'all go. Since y'all now his family gonna come looking for me.
Well, Carl, since you're in the comments, can you tell us what superstars coming out of the ranks next year?
There we go.
Can you tell us what superstar, what potential prospect gonna be in the draft next year? Tell us that first, and then the Wizards looking good.
Looking good at what?
They get a top pick next year. Detroit might do all that tanking just for y'all get the #1 pick.
Now that would be funny. That would be hilarious. And I know Carl right now going crazy in the comments. When we're gonna transition to the next topic, we're gonna figure out with CJ at while we're doing that. But we got to talk about the team behind me, man. Not that one, this one right here. That one. You see the star right there? I can't get my finger right. There you go. You see it right there, the star. Dak Prescott. A lot of talk has been happening in the season, man. For the not just season, since this guy's taken over from Tony Romo. Since he took Tony Romo's job. Again, I tell y'all, this 4th round pick, man, that wasn't supposed to make the team technically. That's the one good thing Jason Garrett has done for the Cowboys. He vouched for Dak and said, hey, we need this quarterback. Boom. Ended up on the team. Again, I tell y'all the story. Romo had to get hurt. Kellen Moore ended up hurt. Jamil Showers, who was drafted as a safety, got hurt. And then Dak came in and boom, never gave the job back. Mississippi State's own. $60 million on the cap. And the question is, should the Cowboys move on from Dak? Joe, I'm gonna let you start. If you ready, because I know this is gonna be a good one for you.
Yeah.
I'm not helping the Wizards.
Yeah. Hey, I try to do this. I'm gonna just do it right here. Carl, let's tell him to come back on. I kicked them all because his time probably got messed up. Let's tell him to come back on. All right. So
cool. There you go.
All right, but we're gonna bring him back up. Right. All right, bring him back up. All right, there you go. All right. Yeah, I know you something probably happened to your phone and you lost the sound. That happens all the time. So you good. All right. So look, should the Cowboys keep Dak or move on from Dak? Let me say this, Tomo. All right. Y'all probably have no choice but to keep him this year. Let's start there. Because he got a no trade clause. He can't trade him. I will be on the phones with Patriots. Hey, y'all, I know y'all want Caleb, but y'all a third pick, bro. You know the Bears or the Commanders going to get him. Bro, we'll sell you Dak. Let's give us Dak, man. Let's give us Dak for that third pick. Can you do that for us? No, they might hang up. All right, most likely, because I will hang up. So if you can't trade for the man, then you might just have to bite the bullet. Go one more year, because for granted, I know your defense wasn't the same, right? But we got to remember, arguably your best defensive player wasn't there all year for real. Your cornerback, Trayvon Diggs, wasn't there. He's a difference maker in that defense. I'm pretty sure if he was there, y'all wouldn't be running that much zone. Let me just say that, all right? So let's run it back. You brought back McCarthy. Let's run it back. But Tomo, because you know you're a Cowboy fan, that's why I'm calling your name. If y'all don't progress next year, what's the point of keeping them? Oh, it's nowhere to go. Who else you gonna get? We said that 4 years ago. You know what? We might as well keep Dak. Who else we gonna get? You kept Dak, and what happened? First round exit. Do you know the only time Dak really wins in the playoffs when there's no expectations? Everybody thought Brady's gonna light y'all up, and what Dak do? Lit them up. But when y'all got expectations, Jerry Jones, y'all lose every time. So if I'm Jerry Jones, I hope you're listening. I wish you were a part. I know you're not, because I wouldn't be listening if I was you. But look, Jerry Jones, when you go through the season, yeah, you can do your interviews. People keep telling me, people keep saying he shouldn't be talking to the media. He shouldn't be doing his interviews. I think he should, because that builds the brand. That's why the Cowboys are the Cowboys. But when you talk to the media, stop saying stuff like, this is the most talented team I've seen since we won a Super Bowl. Don't gas these dudes up, man. Keep a chip over these dudes' shoulders. I would be like, yeah, we this is a great win, but we know that's not enough. What matters is what we do in the playoffs. Put that pressure on the Cowboys to win. Don't have them feeling good in the playoffs, and they're going to fold like a cheap tent. So I would say this year, keep them. But, because you have no choice. But, Tomo, if y'all get bounced in the second round or early, y'all got to move on. I'm willing to subtract and take L's for 2 years to potentially, on the third and fourth year, get a dub.
See, Joe, the thing about it, $60 million against you. That's a cap hit. 60 mil. And you talking about a team that you got CD Lamb coming up. They probably try to sign him before you got did Justin Jefferson sign an extension? I don't think he did. But you also got Jamar Chase. You got these two other receivers that's looking to get paid at some point too. And you know they're gonna reset the market. They're not even gonna play around with them. But then on the defensive side, because another draft piece happened too, Michael Parsons hasn't been showing up in big games, but you got to pay him too, because he is a difference maker on the defensive side of the ball. 60 mil. The difference between 4 years ago and today, you got Trey Lance. You forgot they made that trade for Trey Lance. 4 years ago, it wasn't that many quarterbacks on the market. So you like, you know what? It's cheaper to keep her. We already know what his flaws is. We know what his deficit is. We can't really trade up in the draft to get another quarterback, because if you want a quarterback, you got to go top 5 or better. If you want a franchise-changing quarterback, sign him. Where the Cowboys let Dak agent get him is that no trade clause. And what's up with my team and players and no trade clauses? I feel like it's the Bradley Beal effect all over again, man. It's like you kind of got to live or die with the situation, because you can call the Patriots and they may want to do the deal for the third-round pick. But if Dak say no, it's no deal. So either way, you can't really – you're handcuffed. The only thing the Cowboys can do at this point is try to do an extension with him and see if they can find a way to finesse that no trade clause out and say, hey, look, man, this is a do or die season. I remember you got up on that podium and you said, hey, if Mike McCarthy's on the chopping block, I might as well be too. All right, here you go. If you don't perform next year and guarantee that you can win at least 2 playoff games, this relationship is over. So technically, should the Cowboys move on from that? Not this year. They should give him the same extension that they give Mike McCarthy. Cowboy Nation, get ready to go 12-5, maybe 11-6 again, get in the playoffs and do it all over again. We don't know. Maybe Dak may wake up this one time. Peyton Manning did it. So you never know. There's a chance. There's a chance. That's all I'm saying. Well, I got to give him hope, Joe. Go ahead, see. You on mute? You on mute?
I'm on mute too.
Oh.
Yeah. So, I don't know, man. This is the. It makes me. Dang, I say it so much, man. It makes me sad. Like, I don't know. Tomo, you're a Cowboys fan?
Yeah.
Congratulations, bro. That's the first thing. Your team, anybody who stepped into Jerry's world got destroyed. And then on top of that, Dak was what? Wasn't he like the number one quarterback in yards or something like that? Like,
Yeah.
he performed well. And I think it was Shannon Sharp who got on there. And let's say it like this. We hope that Shannon Sharp and Unc and Ocho, they get a look to see about what's happening right here with R2L, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, let's have them see that. I think it was Shannon who was saying how players got to be held more accountable. That's true, but now it rings my mind because Dan Quinn has showed to me again. Everything is relationships and bonds, man, and you got to look at a person's personality and who they are in like specific moments. It's like a recurring thing. Dan Quinn, wasn't he 28-3? Wasn't he the one who he was the leader of that team? Was he not? Who was the leader of that team?
Come on now.
Okay, let's go.
Is that who it was? It was Dan Quinn. Okay, thank you.
Okay.
And then on top of that, if you look at just this specific game with the Cowboys at home, I mean, Jerry Jones, his championship teams did have something that for these supposed curse years, they're not cursed. It's just that Jerry Jones is like a Deion Sanders. He talked the talk and he walks the walk, man. Like, he don't talk the talk. He's talking because he's walking. Like, he's just not saying stuff. Like, he's really seeing the best of what these people can be. Now, if they don't live up to that, that's not on Jerry.
Oh.
Okay, Joe.
Dan Quinn's defense went out there, and there's a play where Aaron Jones scores like he just cuts back to the right, runs into the end zone. Everybody got washed. Every single player for the Cowboys got washed. And I don't even know why Aaron Jones decided to like break the tackle and run in. He could have just ran in. Like, it was like he wanted to make it a little something. And there was two plays I was studying on Dak Prescott that really tells you a lot about Dak. And you don't let Dak go, but you better start looking for somebody who can choose better. Because Dak Prescott had a throw, hits the tight end over like the right hash, and he throws it directly over the linebacker, right underneath the safety. And the window's like this big, man. It's like a half a sub size window. And that tight end jumps up there and he grabs that damn ball. And that's one of the most beautiful throws.
Oh, my man was preaching. Come on now.
Right?
That's an Eagle fan. That's an Eagle fan.
He's talking about that throw. We was like, that's a dot. We all in the chat was like, that's a dot. The reason why I yelled, Tomo, because I don't know if you remember.
When you're ready. Go ahead.
I don't know if you remember. Like, remember I was like, man, Jerry Jones, he do a good job every year.
You did.
And if he gonna hype y'all up, it's y'all job to do your job. But if you're gonna keep this team, McCarthy, who come on a podium and said we weren't ready to play. Come on, bro. Come on, man. So I remember we had that whole debate about McCarthy. I mean, I want to give him fit. I see why you would give him 50% because at the end of the day,
that was Warren.
But I would get why Warren would say that because McCarthy did say that we didn't come ready to play. What? I don't get it,
See,
man.
my man was preaching, man.
I know, right?
I think AJ pulled the plug. My fandom almost came back a little bit, but to finish what he was saying.
Oh, there you go.
But I think I know where he was going with that. I'm gonna let him finish because he's about to come out here. But I think he was saying it's Dak's decision making at times. But go ahead.
I don't know if y'all can hear me, but I can't hear nothing at all. Hold on.
We can hear you.
Yeah, I can't hear nothing.
Yeah, he had to come out and come back in.
Oh, you got to leave out and come. Oh, he can't hear us. Can you hear us?
Nah, he got to leave out and come back in.
All right. So yeah, I think that's what he was saying because technically that's what it is with Dak. It's the decision making, man. Yo.
He's trolling.
Yeah, he definitely is. Because at the end of the day,
go ahead.
At the end of the day, if he didn't have Yeah, to throw to Drake. Come on, man. Dak make tight ends. We know that. Don't get me back on that bandwagon. It's a bad time to be on that bandwagon right now. But it is his decision making. And one thing I will say about Mike McCarthy and why I said it's okay to bring him back, remember when we was on the panel, is because of that relationship. Like this was one of Dak's best regular seasons with a coordinator.
Still can't hear you.
Oh
You
man.
can't?
No, we
Oh,
can hear
man.
you though. Oh, you might gotta go all the way out. Like delete the link and everything. Hey Carl, give my man a call.
Yeah, tell him to leave the whole thing, Carl.
Yeah. He sent us a message.
Yes, yeah. Oh yeah. Okay. You took him out?
All right. All right. So that's why I was at with it as far as with Dak. And 60 mil is 60 mil, Joe. Like you still trying to build a team. Like,
look at I'm sorry.
Oh, what did it say?
The overlay they'll say 2023. Carl, so thank you, Carl. I go ahead.
Hey man, you gotta live in the past, man. You seen Interstellar? He's like, no. We just
the Cowboys and Commanders been living in the past for the last 30 years now. It's like, no.
Hey, at least you talking about last 30 years. Some people still stuck in 2000s, but at the end of the day, man, you got Trey Lance there for a reason. I think Cooper Rush is not going to be there, so this is a show and prove it. You definitely got to extend him. You got to give him an extension to try to bring in some more talent. If you don't plan on bringing in no more talent and you want to handcuff both Mike McCarthy and this Dallas Cowboys team next season, then eat the 60 mil, let him go out there and try to be the best quarterback that he can be, and try again next season. But technically, once you do that, Trey Lance, his contract gonna be coming up that next year. So what you gonna try to sign him?
Remember, the top 5 with the pressure when y'all got Trey Lance, a lot of pressure, right? Mm-hmm. But all right, I know my man back. I do want to say this. You know, let's bring him back. It's gonna say it's gonna finish it soliloquy. Are you hear us now?
Yeah, we hear.
Let's get it.
Hey man,
tell
the frequencies and ethers of the universe stop playing games, man.
Come on. Man, some Eagle fans, man. Honestly.
They out there.
So they heard you were speaking too highly of Dak in this bad time. The internet said stop that.
Okay, so continuing, he makes 2 of those throws, and then I guess this is what the ethers wanted. They run a basic Pop Warner concept of slant, curl on the solo side or a hitch. Just looking to get the first down. And this man, Dak, it makes my hair hurt. That's a real, man. It makes my hair hurt because they run slant. So number 3 inside got a slant, and number 3 inside is covering him. They got a safety over there with the solo side. I'm not sure what Dak is thinking, but that inside number 3 is getting passed off. So this is the basics. I coach 5 to 7 year olds, and I would have called that play like Fun 27 or something. And that's exactly what they ran. And this man throws it to number 2, knowing he should know. And if he doesn't, that's the scary part. That's like you paying him $60 million to not know simple, basic Pop Warner concepts. That's a scary thing because he's going to pass. 2's going to pass to 3. That's the pick. And then 3 is going to go to that backside safety over there they got 2 people over there, man. Somebody's bracketing coverage over on that side. And he throws that, and it don't matter about being able to throw. That's what gets you into the league. That's that Uncle Rico from Napoleon Dynamite, pretty much. My God, man, look what he can do with that arm talent. But the decision making is what leads to wins, championships, all that. It's like, how could he throw that at that time? Because for a team, it's so deflating. They trying to make a move. They got the top offense and all this, and they done won so many games. It's going through people's minds out there on the Cowboys. And they having hope. They moving the ball, and then he throws that pick, and it's a pick 6. Like
at that.
I'm sorry. Go ahead, Tomo. I'm sorry.
No. You good. I'm saying at that right there, pop balloon done.
But here's the thing, though. His decision making seems to get worse in January. Like, listen to this, y'all. In September, his career record is 14-10. Right? In November, his career record is 19-12.
You said 14-10?
In September. In November, it's 19-12. In December, it's 21-8. In January, not even including the playoffs. If I include the playoffs, it would be terrible. 2-3. His only losing record in the month is in January. 2-3. And that's regular season games. I'm not even including the 2-5 now, by the way? 2-5 record he got in the playoffs in January. So I don't know, man. If he don't get it done next year, at least NFC championship game, then y'all gotta find somebody else willing to take an L to move forward.
The downfall and the scary part about it is everything that CJ said about Dak is the interceptions. When you throw an interception as a quarterback, sometimes it's just like, okay, maybe that was just a bad throw. The thing about Dak is he'll see it and still try to force it. Like that play he was talking about, for everybody who don't know like real football terms, that was when CD was the 2 and Cooks was the 3. Because some people will be like, what are you talking about 2-3?
Number 2, number 3.
Yeah. Nah, you was good. I picked up what you was putting down. And it was like, I know you want to trust your guy in this moment, but if you make the right read, you'll live to fight another day and give your man another shot. Because you could literally see CD and him when he threw the pick. Dak was just like, well, I guess that's just who I am. And you seen it all last year when he threw the 15 interceptions. Every time he threw a pick in one of those games, if it wasn't against another quarterback who was of his caliber, you could see him be like, he is sinking his seat a little bit. But if he throw a pick in a game against Sam Howell or Bryce Young, you see a different Dak. You're like, oh, I can beat him. But if it's Josh Allen on the other side, something about the Eagles, I can't say just Jalen Hurts, but something about that Eagles team. If it's one of those type of quarterbacks on the other side, I'm going to just say Josh Allen, probably Lamar next year, Patrick Mahomes. He throw a pick in one of those games, he's not coming back from it. And if we was down, at that point, we was already down enough points. If we was down 7 and you threw that pick, Dak would have bounced back because it's Jordan Love. But watching Jordan Love the same way we was watching it, he a football player. He was like, this boy good. This boy good. And we're going to have to fight today.
Crucial time of the game, too. Yeah. Would have cut it to a 13-point lead? Y'all would have scored?
And get the ball back.
And get the ball?
Like, come on, man.
All right.
But at this point, you just got to sign them back, man, and see what happens after this. Or just, like you said, ride this train to the
go get real Dallas Cowboys. I'm sorry, man. That's what you do.
You can't.
You go get real Dallas Cowboys. If you see a man like Michael Irvin, this man probably praying to God right now. He probably at his house praying for just everybody walk down the stairs. Say he that kind of guy. He really a nice guy. This man screaming and howling on national TV talking about all their asses got to go. He's real. It's a turn on and turn off switch when it comes to, like, if you're gonna go play football, man, like, you got to have some sort of menace in your mind. You want to go hit somebody. Like, that's not a normal thing. Who waking up and being like, you know what, today, I would love to just go hit some people. Nobody is doing that. Like, nobody is doing that just on a regular day. And Michael Irvin, of all people, you would want to envision somebody screaming around like that, somebody who would scream around like that. I'm not sure you can imagine Michael Irvin, who wearing suits and sitting down in chairs now, being that type of guy. But on the football field, those teams talked because they were walking. They weren't just talking. They were walking there. All those people was who they were, and they ended up at the Cowboys. So Jerry is looking for that. He's really believing that the Micah Parsons who don't show up, CeeDee Lamb who drops slants, that's supposed to be the big play for the receiver. You got one-on-one backside. They don't got nobody underneath. Just go ahead, throw the slant, boom, catch that. Oh, my God, we good money. But CeeDee Lamb wearing 88, and that's the cool thing. But it's not like he's living up to any sort of legacy. He dropping slants in crucial games. And 21-8 and all that in December or whatever, and however good that they do, they have a team that their fans ought to look forward to, as it started off with 11-6 or 12-5 or whatever, because their eyes shouldn't be caring about the regular season. They should be dominating those folks and getting into the dance, and they should be the ones leading the dance. They're America's team. They supposed to live up to it, but they can't. And it's been a long time for the Cowboys fans to really kind of see, like, damn, we don't really have anybody who fits that mold of aggression that comes with really being good. I mean, they just don't have it. So Jerry's
head coach, right?
Hold on, man. Look, all I'm gonna say is I know we gotta go to a commercial break, Joe. We're gonna do the commercial break right quick. But hey, CJ, we're gonna have you back on for another Cowboy segment. I like the way you think. because I got a lot to say about what you just said, and we don't got enough time to go into the deep dive, man. Trust me.
Let's get it.
Okay.
We'll be right back, man. Make sure y'all hit that like button, and when we come back, we got one of the most controversial segments on R2L. It's not so average top 5. You might get put in the doghouse or be done something after this one, man. All I'm saying. Make sure y'all stay tuned.
Yo, my name is Lambo Anlo.
This is Dimitri. This is Ed Han.
My name is Daryl Julian, and this is
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Refuse to Lose Sports.
Refuse to lose sports.
Mine, it can't be diffused. If you ain't thinking the same, then we playing by different rules. You can't see the vision, we living at different views. Look till we complete the mission, keep getting up, never snooze. I walked a mile in my shoes, had the mind of a fool, chasing diamonds and jewels. Trust me, I was confused. Started minding my business and used my mind as a tool. Ended up finding my purpose and found the time to get to it. They told me I couldn't do it, they told me I couldn't make it. They sold it, could never break it. That's sadly mistaken. I need a piece of the pie, I want it so bad I can taste it. They told me like Toby, keep on running, toes they gon' take them. Refuse to lose, built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I pay for the cost, I'm winning to win, yeah. Refuse to lose, I'm built to win, apply myself, I felt it in. No time for the doubt, they counted me out, I'm getting it in, yeah. No time for no loss, I'm paying the cost, I'm in it to win, yeah. Refuse.
Not so average top 5, man. We back. Hey, CJ, we back, man.
Yeah, he probably got another phone issue. He probably got come. Yeah, he probably come out again.
Okay. So, Joe,
I'm gonna break it down for y'all, so y'all won't be confused this time.
that's all I was gonna say. I'll say, Joe, you give us a nice clarity this time, and we gonna let you rock out. Take it away.
Learn my lesson. All right. So I'm gonna try to say as clear as I think it's already clear, but I'm gonna try to be more clear, I guess. These are your top 5 QBs that have the most pressure going into this weekend. All right, different pressure. Some people have this certain pressure. This probably had this different pressure. But we're talking about pressure. Period. Top 5 QBs with pressure. All right. So let's kick it off, Tombo. Number 5.
You ready to jump straight to the top?
Patrick Mahomes. Now everybody probably like, why in the world is Patrick Mahomes up there, Joe? I mean, out of all the people in the playoffs right now, I would think he's the only one with a Super Bowl ring. Out of all the people in the playoff, he's been in multiple Super Bowls and only one. And 2-time MVP. Why is Mahomes up here? Tombo, you know why? If I'm not mistaken, is this Mahomes' first road playoff game? I think it is, right? So he never played a road playoff game in his whole career. He's going against his nemesis, Josh Allen, who he's played plenty of times in the playoffs twice, but in Kansas City, right? So, Tomo, if Mahomes loses this game, by the way, the Buffalo Bills got 6 players on defense that will not potentially play this week, right? They are more banged up. Kansas City defense is much better than the Bills. If the coaching is better, now receivers, Bills got that. If Mahomes don't win this, nobody going to say he's not the best quarterback in the league. Nobody going to do all that. But what we will say, Tom, was this. Oh, they need a number 1 seed. They need to be the number 1 seed. Sorry, they need home field advantage. They came on the road. That's going to be the talk all season next year. If they don't get the number 1 seed, a lot of people probably won't even believe in them to get to the Super Bowl. So I'm going to put him at 5. Let's go to number 4. Number 4.
Oh, good.
Baker Mayfield. Now, he has a different pressure than Patrick Mahomes, obviously, right? Pat, real news is Lamar, if we being for real. They haven't played in the playoffs yet. Sorry, Carl. All right. So, he's back, Tombo. I know the top.
Oh, yeah, I said I was going to bring him up when you're done.
Oh, you could throw him right now. That's fine. All right. All right. Oh, I'm about to get exposed. Okay. All right. So, all right. Number 4, Baker Mayfield. Now, Baker Mayfield's up here for a different reason, obviously. Baker Mayfield is playing for his career, basically. He's playing for his starting job. Baker Mayfield can lose this game and still be the starting quarterback for the Buccaneers next year. But if Baker Mayfield goes out there and wet the bed, plays a bad game, and they lose because of Baker Mayfield, there's a chance he would not be a starting quarterback next year. There's a high chance. So, but if he plays well on the other side, I mean, he might be making more money than Dak Prescott. I'm just saying, right? So let's go to the next player. Number 3, all right? Number 3, oh no, AJ gonna love this. Brock Purdy. Now, Brock Purdy. Now, I'm not gonna say if he plays bad, he won't be a starter. I could probably say that about Baker Mayfield. But what I can say about this about Purdy, every time the 49ers lost this year, right? Purdy did not play well. He was probably, and the defense at times against the Vikings, the main reason why they didn't win because he didn't raise his level of play at the quarterback position. If they lose to the Green Bay Packers in the first round, we all know Kyle Shanahan will be schematically prepared for this. I mean, it's not his first time going against Matt LaFleur. He's beaten Matt LaFleur before when Aaron Rodgers was the quarterback. So, right? Oh, I'm right. So, if they lose to the Green Bay Packers and Purdy is the reason, Tomo, Kyle Shanahan going to have to look in the mirror and say, can I win with a game manager? Because that's what we're going to call Purdy, right? A game manager. Because you couldn't win with Jimmy G, you couldn't win with Matt Ryan, and you couldn't win with Brock Purdy. So you're going to have to get you a real quarterback. That's going to be the talk all season. So Purdy has to win this game, which I think he will, but he has to win this game. Number 2, now this is when we get to a real pressure, Tomo. This is like real pressure.
Time out right quick. Number 2 is blacked out. So how we doing?
Oh, it is?
On my end.
Oh yeah, your end kind of tripping. I got you.
Right, cool. Just want to make sure it was a video. I ain't want to put
I
the wrong
appreciate
thing
it.
up there.
You're looking out.
Yeah.
I appreciate you. All right. I think his John tripping again. All right. So Josh Allen, he number 2. People are like, why he number 1? This is why he's number 2, Tomo. This will be do you agree that this is probably the best opportunity Josh Allen could beat Patrick Mahomes? Patrick Mahomes is not looking like Superman right now. Josh Allen, y'all on a 7-game win streak. That's including the playoffs, right? You finally get to play Patrick Mahomes in Buffalo. They went and got you for this type of weather. They need more shovelers to this day. They hit up, hey, Bills Mafia, we need y'all to come shovel the stadium right now. They got you for this reason. Shout out to Carl. He always says that, right? They got you to play in Buffalo. So this sorry. All right. Oh man, all right, you got thrown off. So the name kind of threw me off. All right.
That's
if
how you know we getting up there, man. We making progress, yo.
If he doesn't win against Mahomes, there's going to be what Stephen A. say, a black cat running around. There's going to be a double on the right shoulder telling this team, as long as Patrick Mahomes is in the league, you're not getting to the Super Bowl. I'm sorry. Because you couldn't beat them in Kansas City. This is the worst we've seen the Chiefs since Mahomes been in the league, and you at home and you lose, that's going to be terrible. So there's a lot of pressure on Josh Allen. If you don't win this game, we got to stop talking like he's top 2, top 3. We got to stop doing that. All right? And number 1, which hurts my heart because I'm a Lamar guy. But Lamar got the most pressure to win this weekend, Tomo. You know how much of a tragedy it would be if the Ravens lose to the Texans? When the last time
It would be Cowboy-esque.
It'd be worse. I've never seen that win 2 MVPs, number 1 seed twice, and get bounced in the first time you step in the playoffs.
Gotta be a delusional fan to make excuse for that, right?
I mean, right? No pun. So, like, 2-time MVP, first time against Tennessee. What happened? Get the lead on the Ravens, you'll beat them because they run the ball well, but they don't throw the ball well. I think he threw the ball almost 50 times that game and lost. Now you're MVP. They got you the weapons you asked for. You got the best defense in football. That's what I've been hearing all day about Ty and Carl. They are, though, even historically the best, right? Because it's the first time since the 2000 Ravens, not the Dallas Cowboys did this, but the Ravens actually did this. Since the 2000 Ravens, the number 1 scoring defense, and I think the number 1 team in sacks, right? First time since the 2000 Ravens have done that. and you lose in the first round to a rookie quarterback, although the rookie is CJ Stroud, he is nice. But in history books, we're gonna say rookie quarterback. All right. So Lamar Jackson has to win this game because he's going to get his second MVP, and it would be a shame for him to get bounced in his first playoff game after winning MVP twice. And that was your not so average top 5. So you could be my man up here. Let's get it. All right. The floor is y'all.
Okay. So, right quick for people that just joined, and also for you, CJ, too. I don't know if you heard it in the background, but this is top 5 QBs with the most pressure going into their playoff game this weekend. With this list, Joe, you are right at number 1. That's it.
Oh, snap. Okay.
Wait, no, you right at number 2 too.
I knew that, but for sure it's you.
But you right at number 3 as well.
Okay.
But you forgot Jared Goff. You
Go
got
ahead.
a whole city. You got a whole city behind you now, player. The same thing that they were talking about in Dallas about the 2 home games. Y'all done got over the hump of the Rams. Now you gotta go out there and win it again because Detroit, they got their first playoff win since 1990. What 2, 5, something like that. And that's funny that my man showed up right around the time you talking about Josh Allen. That was funny. But that's why I say Jared Goff. And for Mayfield, I say Mayfield. I don't think Mahomes need to be on this list. I think it's Mayfield. He needs to win because, like you said, if he don't win, he might not have a job next season. Everybody gonna give Patrick Mahomes the grace. They gonna you already know they're gonna come out with everything. He didn't have the receivers. The offense wasn't the same. He is Mahomes, but there's always gonna be a but when it comes to his name because he got the 2 Super Bowls. So yeah, that's just my list. CJ, what you think?
Can y'all hear me?
Oh man.
As soon as we said it, he was good.
Now the reason why that Javon Baker overachieved, but he can still lose his job next year. That's why he up here. There you go. Can you hear us, CJ?
Yeah, can y'all hear me?
Back. Yeah, we can hear you.
All right, perfect. So my camera, I'm gonna just say I can't see no video, but it don't matter. As long as y'all can hear me, then that's all good. So y'all can still hear me, right?
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So ain't no quarterback got no pressure, man. The only quarterback with pressure is Lamar Jackson. Nobody else. Josh Allen has no expectations. The Bills are telling their children and their grandchildren. The children are grown up. They don't went to what? 4 Super Bowls, lost. Great granddaddy done passed it to granddad, and granddad passed it to son, and son became father, passed it to his children. Now his children will go through it too. It'll just be another thing that happens that the Bills don't do nothing with another great quarterback. There's no pressure for Josh Allen. And if he understood that, then maybe he will be able to work. But he's turnover prone. He can't do anything. Y'all can still hear me?
Yep.
Yes, sir.
Perfect. So Patrick Mahomes, he'll just pretty much get vacation. Jason Kelsey retired, so people will say, well, Travis probably knew all year, and he's probably missing his brother, and then he had a girl, and we all know how that goes. So they got all the excuses in the world. For them to even beat the Dolphins was just like, people were probably in Kansas City probably already like, damn, man, we won for real. Oh snap, we get to keep going. They probably don't even think they're supposed to be there right now. So I don't think they do, but they should know that they don't. Jordan Love, I mean, he's a surprise. So it's not even they're still learning his name. So no one's thinking about him being pressured. Baker Mayfield, Tampa, they in Florida, they're just gonna party anyway. They're not even thinking about Baker Mayfield. It's just another reason to turn up, seeing the Bucs win. So as long as they winning, it's still fun in Tampa. Once football's done, it'll become boring, and they'll just find out who the quarterback is next year. For the true fans down there, then they'll just be heartbroken, but they don't have expectations. Jared Goff, I don't think he has any pressure. His pressure is done. He beat Matthew Stafford. That's the narrative. That's how it needs to be. He won the Super Bowl. Super Bowl's over for them. Detroit gets clean water, and then now, just everything's good now. Lamar Jackson, though, he has all the pressure because he got drafted. He was pissed off. And I believe it was you, Tomo, who said earlier you got to get a true franchise quarterback in the top 5 or something like that. And I sat here as someone who loves the Ravens. Notice how I'm say fan, but someone who loves the Ravens, I go, dang. Lamar Jackson has been stellar, and he's been a prayer for many Ravens fans who grew up like myself and saw that, dang, if we only had a quarterback, the defense is always good. I mean, great. Good is an insult for real. Defense is always great. But if the Ravens just had a quarterback, the amount of conversations I know I personally had with just, people at lunch tables and everybody on it. So it's like, dang, now here comes Lamar Jackson, who stood on stage and said, they're going to get a Super Bowl out of me. Believe that. Well, now's the time. You done had the 2 injury seasons. That's cool. You got paid. That's what's up. Showed the NFL that, dang, somebody could just negotiate it for themselves. All that's good. But saying those words, now you got to do it. So everything is lined up for the Ravens to pretty much be the team to beat everybody. They're like the 1A, and then there's a 2. There's no 1B. There's no anything like that. San Francisco, they don't have a quarterback who is who's going to change the game. He's just going to, be Kyle Shanahan out there, but he's just he's the one throwing the ball and handing it off. That's not a match made in heaven at all. They need like a Jim McMahon type deal where the quarterback can go a little off script and be like, "No, we need to do this. I got some people out here who can ball." That's the only way the 49ers will be good. But all the pressure's on Lamar Jackson. He welcomes it. He put it on himself. He better be locked in like he say he is, because they went and got Dalvin Cook, former Pro Bowl back. You can toss him a swing and he's going to take it to the house. So, everybody got to live up to what it is that Lamar Jackson put out there for the Ravens. And you can put that 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. If it goes to 10, put all the faces as Lamar Jackson, because he put it on himself. He desired it. He wants it. And now I'm hoping for his sake that he does show up and that he goes out here and they are a dominant football team in the playoffs. They have a great coach. I don't think they'll lose due to coaching. I think that if they were to meet their demise, it is because they didn't let their cojones hang and they didn't go out there and be the team that they know they could be. They went out there and let all the thoughts get in their head and destroyed them. So the Ravens should win the Super Bowl easily. It shouldn't be close. And again, I know y'all have the wonderful club for Mr. Josh Allen, but he will never have no quarterback will ever have pressure in Buffalo due to their foundation being set that they aren't expected to win. They get there, but it's not an expectation. So that's pretty much it. It's all Lamar Jackson.
So look, go ahead, Tomo.
I was just gonna say, hey man, Carl really be in the car talking, man. He know about the club.
I know, right? But I actually agree with you. Like, all right, everybody got their different pressure, obviously, but I think Lamar Jackson, the only player on the playoffs. If they lose, no matter what he do next year, we all we waiting for the playoffs. I'm sorry, no matter what he can go out next year and be another MVP. We all gonna be like, we gotta see it to believe it. We gotta see you in the playoffs, Lamar, because he don't have a good playoff resume either. He 1-2. So
you mind if I interject right here, just right here. Lamar Jackson has to win this year. He has to win this year.
Yeah.
He has statistically a defense that's the best of all time. No defense has ever done it, ever. The defense go out there and get 49 points scored on, don't matter. Lamar Jackson said we're going to win the Super Bowl. He was healthy this whole year. He put up 5 touchdowns against the Dolphins. He could be the reason that the Dolphins turned out bad. Their hearts was broken. They lost to Lamar Jackson. They couldn't have won. And then nobody wants to face him. He did it all, man. He's done it all. It's all on him. He has to win it this year, because if you win it next year, in 3 years, in 10 years, he didn't have the best defense. He didn't have Odell Beckham Jr. He didn't have a flurry of luck where
every time you're right there. Right there.
Yeah.
Wait till you come
there
back.
You go.
He back. There you go.
all right, we should be back.
All right.
Nope. Hold on.
He was right there. Right there.
Hey, he put a lot of pressure on the Ravens in the chat. I'll tell you that right now.
He's saying all because it's true. Because technically, everything he said is why you said he's number one and why I agree that he's number one. Because, hey, Lamar, your record in the playoffs don't match your accolades in the regular season. And we know how good you are. So your record in the playoffs should match. So you got to go out there and win. And it's at the crib. It's at the bank, right around the corner from the Flock Wellness Center. So I'm just saying, man, you got to do it. And CJ Stroud is going to be cold up here. So you got to go out there and win.
No, he in Texas too. But he from Ohio State, though. So he know what the cold look like.
Ohio State ain't got nothing to do with them dummies, though, man. Them dummies going to be different.
But yeah,
I like what you said about the Bills, though. They just the franchise known for losing. I like what you said.
The franchise, but Josh Allen himself, he want to be put into one of these great quarterbacks. He got to beat Mahomes, bro. Mahomes is a mental hurdle for Josh Allen.
and is at home. So yeah, he has to.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, we back.
Here we go.
We in
All
there,
right,
y'all. We in there, y'all.
let's get it.
We'll say,
So
hey,
yeah, man.
Go,
I
go
was
ahead.
gonna say we was gonna let you finish, and then we're
Oh
gonna
yeah,
close it out after that.
I'm all for it, bro. I'm all for it. So yeah, I'll overhear a little bit about the club, man. You know, I ain't gonna let Carl get in trouble, man. I overhear a little bit. You know, y'all be intense. The viewers may not know, but y'all be on this all day, bro. So I understand it's difficult not to turn the attention away from what's going on in the world of sports. It's a hard thing to do to just be like, dang, you know, so much revolving all the time. So I ain't gonna let Carl take the trouble for that one. No. I over here.
Hey, you talking
But
to the co-founder right there in the middle.
Hey, that's why I said, man.
let's go.
Let's get it. Gotta
Let's
hold these
go.
quarterbacks accountable.
So just finishing up, man. Just closing on what it is. I was just saying is that it's true. Lamar Jackson has to win this year because how can he win it with any other cards and it doesn't turn out to be, well, at least he got one. Okay, let me fix this. It just will turn out to be at least he got one. He did make the guarantee, and then everything else will be, well, he did it against this talent, and he got older, and you know he became the wise man of the league. Of course, he should beat the young kids and all this kind of stuff. He got to win it now because this time injuries has been fortunate on their sides. I mean, they just signed Dalvin Cook, man. That's not happening if J.K. Dobbins is healthy the whole year. Even Keaton Mitchell is not showing up. He's not showing up if J.K. doesn't get hurt. The Ravens have what I would call good issues for going forward because they have J.K., they got Gus. They have a whole just flock of Ravens over there in that backfield that really can just do something. But Lamar Jackson has to win it this year. He can't because it messes up Bateman's story of being somebody who stuck around and the Ravens had faith in. It messes up Zay Flowers being, you know, he really could be the rookie of the year because his impact for the Ravens has been phenomenal. CJ Stroud will probably win it, but Puka Nacua should win it too. But as far as just why Lamar should win this year and anything else is watered down is because everything is falling into place for it to lead to them hosting a trophy and the narrative for forever in football infamy is that Lamar Jackson and the Baltimore Ravens were supposed to win that year. If that's what can and will be written if they win it this year, and it should. And if they don't, then they become a team who, you know, they end up on Madden and they're all so team, use this team of the Ravens, blah blah blah. So that's why all the pressure's on Lamar, and that's why they have to win this year. Any other year just don't matter.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
he has to win this year.
With that being, hey, the not so average top five that wasn't that controversial, man. Everybody agreed with your number one pick. Normally, if Lamar wasn't in the playoffs, I'd have said it's Josh, but take it away, Joe. It's time for us to get on up out of here. This was a good episode.
All right, gonna get some last words in. So last words for me is shout out to the whole network. Shout out to CJ for coming on. Appreciate you, CJ. Like, we gotta get you back on, like Tomo said. Shout out to you, Tomo. Shout out to Dave that's not on. Shout out to CTC. Make sure you guys go subscribe to Carl's show, college football, college basketball. He actually watching Michigan State right now. I hope they win, just for my man's sake. I know Tomo thinking otherwise. Shout out to RBO, Real Ballers Only, NBA show. Make sure y'all go subscribe to Javon's channel. Make sure y'all subscribe to FFC, Fantasy Football with Coach Coons. First show yesterday, all right, for like 2 weeks, 2 or 3 weeks since fantasy was over. This is his first show, so make sure y'all go tune in for that. He's gonna do one show a week going forward. BWT Baseball with Teddy. Go check out the live interview he did with Fast Camp Tony. All right, on YouTube. Make sure you go subscribe to him. And speaking of Fast Camp Tony, in the red corner with Fast Camp Tony, Ricky, and Ty. They got a show coming up this Sunday. They had one 2 Sundays ago with Bo Mac, Bud Crawford's trainer of the year. So make sure y'all go check out that episode. And last but not least, Davey Dollars, man. Make sure y'all go subscribe. Oh yeah, King's Talk too. You go subscribe to King's Talk. But Davey Dollars, Dave's Doghouse. Make sure y'all go subscribe to that also. Hashtag Swiper Season. Hey, Pacers, we got y'all tonight. And Commanders, Adam Peters, I'm loving it higher. Let's get us a good coach, and let's do our best to get Caleb Williams. But go ahead. That's it.
Man, talk about one of the best NFL seasons with all the narratives they fed into the scripts, and now just going to be turned into one of the best all season, especially if you're in the NFC East. And we're going to see what happens up there with that AFC, man. If Lamar win it, a lot of Steelers fans is going to be upset in the chat. That's all I'm saying.
And Bengal fans, y'all thought Joe Burrow ran the AFC North? I mean, I'm just saying.
Can he stay healthy? That's the question, right? You want to talk about other quarterbacks, but it's going to be a good playoff weekend. I told y'all during the regular season, man, enjoy these wins while they last, because once your team out, you ain't got nothing to talk about. Or you're going to end up on that couch meme. Shout out to Joe, man. We got to bring a picture up one day to show everybody what we're talking about. But again, man, CJ, thank you for coming on here and dropping some of that wisdom. And I'm going to let you take it away, man.
Oh, that's it, man. Thanks. I appreciate y'all. It's been wonderful, man. It's been fun. Thanks for allowing me to be here, and it's been great. It really has. So, you all brought me in here blind. I could have showed up here being crazy, but I hope I represented y'all well. Did well with y'all show, and I hope that y'all audience really enjoyed what happened here tonight, the previous nights.
They definitely will. Joe, you're on mute, Joe.
I'm on mute. I think he's back right there.
Nah.
All right, let's get it. All right, y'all. That's all we have for y'all today.
Joe was texting the Kings. He mad about Siakam.
Man, I was kind of heated though. I was like, dang, out of all teams, the daggone Pacers, who we traded for Tari. That's all we got for y'all today, man. And we'll see y'all at the next episode.
Peace.
Thank you for staying to the end. If you're watching this on YouTube, please like this video, subscribe, and also hit that notification button so you can be notified next time we put out a video. If you're listening on any podcast platform, subscribe and hit that notification button, y'all, so you can be notified we put out another podcast audio. And last but not least, hit that share button. No matter what you're listening to or watching it, hit that share button and send it to somebody that you know that would love to watch this episode you just listened to. So once again, thank you for staying to the end, and we'll see y'all at the next episode.